Subaru finally answered the prayers of its American enthusiasts with the debut of the WRX STI S209 at the 2019 Detroit Auto Show, which is the most powerful WRX STI Subaru has ever built for America. Except it isn't really a Subaru. As Chalupnik explains, the S209 is technically an STI. Unlike the regular WRX STI that has been sold in America since 2004 as a high-performance trim, the S209 is first assembled by Subaru before being shipped to STI's facility to be completed. Here, STI makes some significant modifications to the S209, adding wider fenders, new 19x9 STI BBS wheels, unique 265 35ths or 19 Dunlop GT600 performance tires, and its flexible front strut tower bar and flexible front and rear jaw stiffeners. Under the hood, the S209 also gets a significantly revised version of Subaru's Flat 4 that produces 341 horsepower, up from 305 horsepower. The S209 even had to be homologated for sale in the US as an STI rather than as a Subaru. You may be wondering why all this is necessary. Apparently, it's because regular Subaru cars have different production standards. For example, Subaru cars require a certain amount of space between a tire and bodywork. This could force STI to use a smaller tire size or a different alignment, but this isn't an issue if the car is developed in-house at a different factory. North American business planner Yoshihide Yano revealed that Subaru has their own ways set up for mass production, but there are particular areas of focus people want for performance cars. Having STI focused more on performance standards will let us try harder for performance. At maximum capacity, STI is only capable of building 5 cars a day. With S209 production, they can pump out just 2 cars a day. For comparison, Subaru's Gunma assembly plant where the normal WRX STI is built is capable of building more than 900 cars a day. Pricing for the Subaru WRX STI S209 hasn't been announced yet, but expect it to command a significant premium over the regular version, which starts at $36,095.
By late spring, the 7-story building in Cherry Hill where Subaru of America based its North American operations for more than 30 years will be demolished. Subaru hopes a cleared property will be more attractive to potential buyers. According to Subaru officials, who did not disclose the asking price for the land, said, this site was originally listed for sale last year but was pulled after a few months because there were no offers. Since the company relocated its corporate headquarters to Camden last spring, the 16-acre site along Route 70 has sat unused. Subaru still pays local taxes on the property and hired a security firm to patrol the premises. In February, fencing went up around the complex to begin the demolition, both inside and out. Keith Metzger, Director of Corporate Real Estate and Administration for Subaru of America, said, I kind of equate it to death by paper cut. It will be a lengthy process of taking the building down. Subaru says it hopes to be environmentally conscious with the demolition. Subaru expects to recycle 75% of the building material, which includes steel, copper, concrete, and glass. Demolition is scheduled to conclude by late spring. According to Metzger, after the building is gone, the company will relist the property for sale. The plot is currently zoned for highway business, which means office, retail, and hospitality uses can be built on the site. Sitting on the side of a bustling highway, the property can be seen by tens of thousands of cars driving by daily and is 10 minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia. Cherry Hill Mayor Chuck Kane said he is confident the property will be bought and put to use because of development already underway on the other side of Route 70. He is looking forward to working closely with the next developers and hopes the property will be sold for commercial plans. Ken said, "We are very open to any type of developer who wishes to revitalize the site for a higher and better use. Cherry Hill's a great place to be. It's the hub of South Jersey, certainly the county, and is within 4 miles of a major metropolitan area." He is optimistic about the future of Cherry Hill's development, adding that the parcel is in a prime location for commercial offices. Ken said, "Anything that fits within the zoning would be appropriate. We're not looking for more apartments, but I think there's been a lot of positive development." At one point, Subaru's property was going to be set aside for residential housing that would include units for low-income households. These plans were part of a 2015 agreement between the township, Woodcrest Country Club and its owners, Cherry Hill Land Associates, to preserve the country club's 178-acre plot of land for open space. Because of Cherry Hill's affordable housing obligation under state-mandated laws that require units for low-income tenants, the town must ensure the dwellings are built. Due to the settlement with the Woodcrest Country Club owners, the township looked to the west side of town for possible sites. Mayor Khan said residential development at the former Subaru property is no longer an option because of a floodplain that sits in the back of the plot that would make affordable units far too expensive for developers. The land would also need to be rezoned for residential use. As part of the 2015 Woodcrest settlement, Cherry Hill now plans for affordable housing at the former Victory refrigeration site near Woodcrest Road, the former best value in property off Park Boulevard near the Cooper River, and a 20-acre parcel between Hampton Road and Cuthbert Boulevard. The State Economic Development Authority awarded Subaru of America $118 million in tax credits to relocate to Camden as part of a revitalization effort under the Grow New Jersey Act.
Astronomers from Japan, Taiwan and Princeton University have discovered 83 quasars powered by supermassive black holes in the distant universe, from a time when the universe was less than 10% of its present age. Michael Strauss, a professor of astrophysical sciences at Princeton University who is one of the co-authors of the study, said, "It is remarkable that such massive dense objects were able to form so soon after the Big Bang. Understanding how black holes can form in the early universe, and just how common they are, is a challenge for our cosmological models. This finding increases the number of black holes known at that epoch considerably, and reveals, for the first time, how common they are early in the universe's history. In addition, it provides new insight into the effect of black holes on the physical state of gas in the early universe in its first billion years." The research appears in a series of 5 papers published in the Astrophysical Journal and the publications of the Astronomical Observatory of Japan. Supermassive black holes, found at the centers of galaxies, can be millions or even billions of times more massive than the Sun. While they are prevalent today, it is unclear when they first formed, and how many existed in the distant early universe. A supermassive black hole becomes visible when gas accretes onto it, causing it to shine as a quasar. Previous studies have been sensitive only to the very rare, most luminous quasars, and thus the most massive black holes. The new discoveries probe the population of fainter quasars, powered by black holes with masses comparable to most black holes seen in the present-day universe. The research team used data taken with a cutting-edge instrument, Hyper Supreme Cam, mounted on the Subaru telescope of the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan, which is located on the summit of Mauna Kea in Hawaii. Hyper Supreme Cam has a gigantic field of view, 1.77 degrees across, or 7 times the area of the full moon, mounted on one of the largest telescopes in the world. The Hyper Supreme Cam team is surveying the sky over the course of 300 nights of telescope time, spread over 5 years. The team selected distant quasar candidates from the sensitive Hyper Supreme Cam survey data. They then carried out an intensive observational campaign to obtain spectra of those candidates, using 3 telescopes: the Subaru telescope, the Gran Telescopio Canarias on the island of La Palma in the Canaries, Spain, and the Gemini South Telescope in Chile. The survey has revealed 83 previously unknown very distant quasars. Together with 17 quasars already known in the survey region, the researchers found that there is roughly 1 supermassive black hole per cubic gigalight-year. In other words, if you chunk the universe into imaginary cubes that are a billion light-years on a side, each would hold 1 supermassive black hole. The sample of quasars in this study are about 13 billion light-years away from the Earth. In other words, we are seeing them as they existed 13 billion years ago. As the Big Bang took place 13.8 billion years ago, we are effectively looking back in time, seeing these quasars and supermassive black holes as they appeared only about 800 million years after the creation of the universe. It is widely accepted that the hydrogen in the universe was once neutral, but was reionized, split into its component protons and electrons, around the time when the first generation of stars, galaxies and supermassive black holes were born, in the first few hundred million years after the Big Bang. This is a milestone of cosmic history, but astronomers still don't know what provided the incredible amount of energy required to cause the reionization. A compelling hypothesis suggests that there were many more quasars in the early universe than detected previously, and it is their integrated radiation that reionized the universe. Robert Lupton, a 1985 Princeton Ph.D. alumnus who was a senior research scientist in astrophysical sciences, explained, however, the number of quasars we observed shows that this is not the case. The number of quasars seen is significantly less than needed to explain the reionization. Reionization was therefore caused by another energy source, most likely numerous galaxies that started to form in the young universe. The present study was made possible by the world-leading surveyability of Subaru and Hyper Supreme Cam. Yoshiki Matsuoka, a former Princeton postdoctoral researcher now at Ehime University in Japan, who led the study, said, "The quasars we discovered will be an interesting subject for further follow-up observations with current and future facilities. We will also learn about the formation and early evolution of supermassive black holes, by comparing the measured number density and luminosity distribution with predictions from theoretical models." Based on the results achieved so far, the team is looking forward to finding yet more distant black holes and discovering when the first supermassive black hole appeared in the universe.